2-0 Lipscomb. Thank you for the assist. Lipscomb controls the tip, and we are underway here in Conway, Arkansas, between Central Arkansas and the Lipscomb Bisons. Lipscomb with the ball. They start KJ Johnson, Greg Jones, Will Pruitt, Parker Hazen, and Hassan Asajala. And Asajala on the inside has it denied down low. Offensive rebound, Bisons. They're one of the worst teams in college basketball on the offensive glass, but they have their first here in the early going. Pull up from Hazen. It's a brick off the back rim. You hear the PA address the crowd with the shot clock at 10 because the clocks on top of both baskets are not working here at the moment. And after the miss, Central Arkansas will have their first offensive possession, down by 1.
We mentioned the high tempo of both of these offenses may play in their favor. Difficult when you don't have that shot clock to rely on when you're working in set offenses.
This is Hunter. He's a southpaw, and he nestles it in. Cameron Hunter, a freshman from nearby Bryant, Arkansas, plays a team-high 31 minutes per game. Asajala, quick answer for Lipscomb, and we're knotted up in terms of field goals. Lipscomb with the technical free throw still have a 1-point lead. Central Arkansas's starting lineup, eBay Klintman with the ball. After a jab step, he fires a three that's offline. They also start Darius Hall, Colin Cooper, Cameron Hunter, and Jared Chatham. One and done for the Bears. Lipscomb leads by a point with possession. Jones trying to work baseline. Quick hands by a Bear, and it caroms off of the upper body of Parker Hazen and out of bounds. Both teams have had issues with ball security this season. Lipscomb in the bottom 25 in the NCAA in turnover margin. Meanwhile, Central Arkansas, they are 339th out of 350 teams, turning it over almost 17 times a game.
Now, ball protection, something both coaches preached in their pressers this week. Have to take better care of the rock.
Cooper hit 4 threes for UCA on Tuesday, not that time. His first shot attempt is a miss. Lipscomb clears. A foul on the interior. This will be on Darius Hall, grabbing a fistful of a Bison's jersey. Battling for position. First on Hall, and the first team foul issued to Central Arkansas. Head coach for Lipscomb is Lenny Acuff in his third season, 39 wins and 36 losses. On the other side for Central Arkansas, they are coached by Anthony Boone. The second full season at the helm. He was an interim coach for a half year prior to that. Hall from the foul line, sputters off. Lipscomb's Will Pruitt rips it down. Asajala. Out to Jones for a three, on target. Greg Jones leads the team with 28 threes, and the Bisons lead 6-2.
And we'll see that a lot. Asajala, not only a talented scorer inside, but has great vision to pass it back out and set up those long threes.
Chatham, a wiry stretch four for UCA, gives it up to Hall, and he splashes through a straightaway jumper. Darius Hall started his playing career at Arkansas, transferred to DePaul. This is his third school in 3 years. He's the leading scorer for Central Arkansas at over 13 a game. Also second in the conference and leads the team on the glass. Asajala slips backdoor, powers it down, +1. It's a blocking foul on the inside, and Lipscomb has grabbed an 8-4 advantage.
And you see as Asajala heads to the line, that heavily braced right knee. Recovering from a torn meniscus, and UCA has tried a number of different defensive looks to slow him down. That was Cooper defending that time. We've also seen Hall. We've also seen Chatham on him. There'll probably be multiple white jerseys around Asajala most of the game.
He's an excellent free throw shooter at almost 80%. Lipscomb attempts more free throws than anybody else in the country. 5-point cushion for the Bisons. 3 and change elapsed. Shot clock at 10. Cooper has to hoist it up with the guy in his grill. It's a miss. Chatham offensive rebound. Goes right at Asajala with the baby J. Spits out, and there's Pruitt to rip it down for the Bisons. Peels it back and gives to Jones. Johnson sails in. Left-handed scooper drips through. Lipscomb off to a hot start. They lead 11-4.
KJ Johnson, the second leading scorer on this team each of the past 2 seasons. He's been a bit banged up so far this year, but don't be surprised if he gets his points per game average back up into double figures.
Bisons have started 4 of 7, 57%. They shot 61% in the first half on Tuesday. Much needed basket for the Bears. Hunter lays it in to trim it to 5. Asajala, he can be a one-man show at times. Tries to back down Hall. He's an excellent passer, Coach noted earlier this week, and he finds Pruitt for the lay-in. The hockey assist from Asajala. The pass came from Hazen, and Lipscomb leads 13-6.
Pruitt, one of those guys that Coach Acuff said was thrown to the wolves this season. The freshman not expected to get this much play time, but because of injuries, he's had to step up, and he has been up to the challenge.
He's plus 12 in assist to turnover ratio. Klintman knifes in, gets in deep and lays it home. An impressive freshman, eBay Klintman. He's from Malmö, Sweden, making his 6th start of the season here today.
He was the ASUN Newcomer of the Week a couple weeks ago, the last week of 2021, putting up 15 points, 6 boards, 6 assists against Hendrix College here at home.
Asajala on the block, gets into the lane, throws it up with the left, and that's too easy if you're a Bear. Asajala already has 7 points for Lipscomb, and they lead by 7. Next dead ball will send us to our first media timeout. Long pass. Cooper off the deflection, up and under, miss. Hazen there to claim it for the Bisons. Central Arkansas has missed some gimmies here in the early action. This week, his Central Arkansas team starting to form an identity.
Now, wants him to get comfortable with his style of offense, playing that grueling schedule against Division I opponents. We mentioned some of the tournament teams in the Open, including defending national champions Baylor. That builds character. They're starting to find their groove now into conference play.
A turnover on Central Arkansas. That is their first blunder of this first half. They're down by 7, much in part to the hot shooting of Lipscomb. Lipscomb has 10 of their 15 points in the paint, and they've started 6 of 9 from the floor. Johnson hooks it over the top. Hazen finishes in traffic. Lipscomb has opened up a 17-8 lead in command here in the first almost 7 minutes of the contest.
And Asajala takes an early breather after scoring some points. That's Parker Hazen, the glue guy, Coach Acuff says, a graduate student remaining on this team, and he puts in the 2 points.
Hall needs to get going for UCA, pulls the trigger on a long, deep 2. Johnson able to snatch it away for Lipscomb. Skip pass, Pruitt. Lipscomb, 7 of 10 from the field. A blistering percentage. Johnson stop and start move short. And Chatham and Hall fighting for the rebound. A couple of Bears in the lane. Hunter will bring it across.
We mentioned Hazen, a graduate student for Lipscomb. Chatham in the middle for the Bears. Also someone who has already received a diploma, coming back for a master's and another year of hoops.
Shot clock at 10, and Hall throws it away. Second Central Arkansas turnover, fueling the break. Johnson flips it up, miss. Ball high in the air. Lipscomb stuffed.
Out of leading scorer in all of college basketball history the next game. Finished with 4,106 points in his career. Today, he's the Bison's athletic director.
These programs were dominant at that level. Forced 3 from Jones is a miss. Good news for Lipscomb. Jacob Ognasovic is checked into the lineup. He's missed the last couple of games due to a sprained ankle. He's actually their leading scorer on the year at 17.7 points per game. A transfer from Valpo as Kyalud gets in deep, chips it in for UCA and 1.
Eddie Kyalud, the junior from Paris, France, with the extra muscle to get past Hazen, who's a very physical player underneath. Kyalud goes right by He's one of 21 UCA Bears to have 1,000 points in his career, one of 17 to have 500 rebounds, a storied career here in Conway, Arkansas.
He went to the very prestigious Oak Hill Academy in high school. You mentioned his scoring. He's very capable as a scorer, only averaging around 7.5 points per game this year, but last year he was a double-digit guy and scored 14.5 points per game in the final 9 games of last season. Provides a lift off the bench for UCA. Trims it to 6. Lipscomb on top with the ball. Ognasovic gets his first touch. A little two-man game between him and Asajala, and he is fouled. Ognasovic going to the line to shoot 2, where he is 79% for the year for the Bisons.
Ognasovic a little deceptive as they kick it inside to him. He doesn't look like he'd be talented in the post, but he's got the moves, switches to the weak hand, draws the foul, which he's better at doing than anybody in college basketball so far this season.
Buries the first. Asajala and Ognasovic haven't been on the floor much together this season. The first 8 games they both played, and the Bisons were 6-2 and had a big road win at Dayton right before Dayton had beat Kansas. They've been hampered by injuries since, but out there right now at the same time. Down low, Kaialud, turnaround after the shimmy shake, drips in.
Asajala giving Kaialud a little bit of space, and Eddie takes it. 5 quick points between the buckets and free throws for the UCA junior.
Asajala thunders down the lane, powers it in. He's got moves, the big guy at 6'9", 275. Lipscomb has an 8-point lead as the ball comes bouncing out of bounds over towards us. Quick hands by you, Dylan, as always.
Thought we were going to get our first play of the season, James. I was watching Asajala on that last play, and he's always looking to pass. He has more assists than your average big man. He's averaging almost 4 per game this season. He was looking for the kick out, but if you're not going to give it to him, talented, just flips the ball around, still holding it in one hand, lays it off the glass for the quick 2.
Central Arkansas wants to play fast, but this has been a half-court game. Kaialud, a heat check, and he drills it. Only his 5th 3 of the year. He's come off the bench and has 8 points for UCA. Asajala in traffic lays it in. Central Arkansas, their tallest guy, only 6'8". So Asajala has a slight height advantage and a lot more muscle. Corner 3 pops out from Hall. Kaialud, he's in double figures. 10 of Central Arkansas's 18. Five-point spread in favor of the Bisons with the ball. Tipped away on the inside by Baker. Kaialud puts it through. Eddie Kaialud is in the zone. Trims it to 3, and he has a dozen.
Easy to see why Kaialud was a starter his past 3 years for the Bears.
The flying Frenchman. UCA switches all of their on-ball screens. It's a really unique defensive style. Asajala drive and kick. Jones high-arcing 3 off the heel. UCA pushing tempo. 3-pointer in and out. That was Oluwakari. We have a stoppage of play, a flop warning. It's issued to Lipscomb. They call it on Greg Jones, who had the ball. Lipscomb will maintain possession. 23-20, Bison's on top with 9:13 to go here in this first half.
Eddie Kaialud scored 20 points against Hendrix College earlier this season. His career high is 30 in a game against Troy, but I don't know if he's ever scored a dozen as quickly as he just did.
Some token pressure from Central Arkansas. Murr in the corner. Asajala with his back to the goal. Murr's a 3-point assassin for Lipscomb. Clark on the handle, shot clock to 5, 4, deep in the clock. Pruitt has to force it up, way off the mark, and Oluwakari claims it for UCA. Kaialud, Baker, yes! 14 for Kayalud, putting the Bears on his back. They're within one.
And that was a mismatch, as we've got a foul against the Bears defensively. Tommy Murr, 6'1", 165 pounds, wound up matched up against Kayalud underneath. That's easy pickings for the 6'7", 230-pound forward.
Foul on Central Arkansas is their fourth of the half. First on Kayalud. Hazen collects, goes baseline with the shot. Clock at 10 and rams it down with a purpose. Parker Hazen. Much needed basket for Lipscomb.
There's that physical play from Hazen once again. We've seen it defensively, which is where he excels, but the power.
Tip in is good. On the backside, Jackson Baker. That extends Central Arkansas's run to 11-2. Backdoor cut, Clark in deep. Goal.
For 100 games, in fact, exactly 100 games in his career. Usually a starter through most of his tenure with the Bears. Now providing a spark off the bench. Kayalud actually back in 2019 joined the French junior national team in the 2019 Euro Championships.
UCA during that timeout drew up a play for Kayalud. Headed to the line to shoot a pair.
And draws a foul against Asajala. Certainly important. They're limiting his minutes. Coach Lenny Acuff saying that the 28 he played against North Alabama in their last game is probably the max that he's still at right now as he recovers from that torn meniscus. But certainly foul trouble could contribute to getting him off the floor a little earlier.
Second team foul issued to Lipscomb. So still a long way from the bonus for UCA. First personal issued to Asajala. Kayalud up to 15 points. And now 16 as he rips the net on the second free throw to draw the Bears to within one and allow them to set up their press. Coach Anthony Boone at UCA wants to play fast. He told us this week he actually wants to play faster than his players want to play at times. Near steal, and it is taken away. Thievery from Kayalud. Who else? Hall, Euro step, blocking foul. In the halo was Pruitt of Lipscomb. And Hall looks like they will call this, that will be a two-shot foul. It's a shooting foul for Hall.
Yeah, that was the only question, as Pruitt got tangled up with Hall making that double step. And now Hall to the free throw line, where he's a 77% shooter on the season.
Can't tie the game on the first one. Can draw Central Arkansas even with the second. A rare miss. Hall had 21 points and a career-high 16 rebounds on Tuesday, his fourth double-double of the season. The former Arkansas Razorback and played last year at DePaul. He's from nearby Little Rock. He was a standout high school player, All-State, his last two seasons. 27 apiece. Lipscomb started 7 of 10 from the field. Are now 11 of 21. Clark draws a foul. After the missed layup, this will put Quincy Clark at the line, a freshman from Westerville, Ohio.
That was Hunter coming from behind, making the contact, trying to catch up to Quincy Clark. A nice first step, a burst from Clark, the freshman from Westerville, Ohio. Has appeared in all 16 games, averages about 14 minutes per contest.
Lipscomb, they're excited about him, a freshman. Led his high school team to a 23-3 record in the Ohio State Championship game last season. Widely regarded as the top defending guard in Central Ohio. 66% free throw shooter. 7 and change to go in this first half. Second one, Gophers out. Rebound batted around. And Olowokere able to secure it for UCA. And they nearly turn it over on the other end. It'll stay with Central Arkansas. Ball comes rolling over here towards me, but I'd have to get out of my seat to get it back to the ref.
We wouldn't want you to have to do
that,
James.
Right.
We're comfortable over here. That was Jones again, Quincy Clark knocking the ball away. Clark, really interesting, only plays again 14 minutes a game, comes off the bench. He's racked up 20 assists over that time. another good passer, which is a theme of this Bison's team.
Cooper's been quiet for UCA, one of their top scorers. He has the ball with the shot clock at 10. One-on-one against the big fella, Asajala. This is a mismatch. Blows by him. Drive and kick. Catch and release. 3. In and out, no. Beats the buzzer. Central Arkansas just 1 of 7 from distance. Johnson draws a foul. In the paint, it'll be on Cooper. Team foul number 6 on UCA. Second personal foul issued to Cooper. So Cooper and Hall each with a pair of fouls for Central Arkansas, a couple of starters. We'll have to watch how Coach Anthony Boone manages the final 6:28. He'll send both players to the bench here at the dead ball.
Cooper, a bit of frustration there. He is yet to make a shot from the field and has given up some plays on the other end.
Hunter with the steal and the rim run gives Central Arkansas a 29-28 lead, just their second lead of the half. Lipscomb, turnaround from Clark. Offline, rebound, Klintman. Central Arkansas gathering speed. Klintman shovels. Give and go. A 3-ball way off the mark. Central Arkansas able to secure it. They get another bite at the apple. Baker, quick rise 3. It's in! Second 3 for the Bears, and they have their largest lead. Baker can stroke it. That's his 14th 3 of the year. A 6'7" wing player with plenty of length. Backdoor cut. Hazen has his second dunk. Two-handed slam. Cuts the deficit in half for the Bisons.
Baker talented offensively on the outside for UCA, but no answer inside against the powerful Hazen.
Transition defense from the Bears. Lipscomb in the lane. Johnson off the attachment. Klintman up the boundary for UCA. Kaialud might have got away with a walk. Roars in. Corner 3. Olowokere. Cash money. Central Arkansas heating up. Their third 3. And once again, their largest advantage. It's a 5-point spread.
Olowokere with only his 4th 3-point basket of the year. No wonder they weren't defending him out there.
Asajala hasn't scored in a while. Bulldozes his defender. Blocking foul. He's in the restricted area. It will not count the basket. It was before the shot, so it's a foul on the floor.
And that's the right call. There's the contact, and then you see Asajala make an additional move before he banks it off the glass. He was pleading his case to our officiating crew, but to no avail. And again, quick substitutions for UCA.
7th team foul on UCA, so it puts Lipscomb at the line in the 1-and-1. Asajala 79% for the year from the stripe. He's been to the line one time on an and-one play. He hit it, and he hits this one to get the back into the bonus. Lipscomb, they're aggressive offensively. They get downhill. They've attempted 105 more free throws than their opponents this year. And they attempt more free throws than any other team in all of Division I. They shoot a ton.
One of my favorite stats, James, they have more made free throws than 250 teams in the country have attempts.
That is remarkable. Klintman bothered at the rim. Putback is good. Stays with it.
eBay Klintman a little shaky coming out as a starter earlier today, just his 6th start of the season, but he's looking much sharper coming off the bench.
Pruitt, the 3 is in and 1. A rainbow 3 and a chance to get 4. Will Pruitt, the freshman from Mount Juliet, Tennessee.
That's a pretty look as he absorbs the contact and gets the high arcing shot to go in. Pruitt, a 35% 3-point shooter. That one of the tougher ones he's made all season.
His teammates have given him the nickname Rodman after his performance on Tuesday when he had a career high 16 rebounds. He's barely 6'3", $195, and he grabbed 16 boards in their win over North Alabama.
That is some worm-like aggression on the glass to pick up that many rebounds. I don't care what your size is.
4-point play for Lipscomb.
On conference schedule and typically come out firing early in conference play. The key to the Bears' success this season is going to be, can they sustain that as they go through the slog of a full conference season in the A-Sun?
This Lipscomb team, they're tradition rich. Went to the 2019 NIT championship game, got beat by Texas out of the Big 12. Lipscomb with the ball. Shot clock approaching 10. Pruitt, another three. Will Pruitt, who shoots 35% from downtown, is 2 of 3 from deep. He had the 4-point play and that one there. Bison's back on top. Hunter, the powerful guard, muscles it up and in.
Big basket for Cameron Hunter, the reigning A-Sun newcomer of the week. Double-double against champion Christian in a win for Central Arkansas a week ago.
Inside of 3 minutes left in this first half. Shot clock at 10. Johnson pirouettes to the rim, got popped. No whistle. Hazen lost it out of bounds. It's off of a bear. It stays with Lipscomb. Central Arkansas has outscored Lipscomb.
Position out of the King Asajala era.
And one thing that has kind of magnified the lack of offensive rebounding for Lipscomb is a good thing for them. They don't miss a ton of shots. They are very efficient. Top 4 in the conference in scoring, field goal percentage, and 3-point field goal percentage. They're a good free throw shooting team. They had the highest offensive efficiency in all of college basketball before Asajala's injury. Olowokere. Chatham yet to score for UCA. And it stays that way as he's 0 for 2. Player that averages 8 per night for the Bears. Lipscomb looking to reclaim the lead. Ognasovic goes to work, leans in and floats it in. Chatham in the post. Olowokere. Long 2, count it! Masai Olowokere going to the line, hoop and harm. Central Arkansas back on top. Back and forth we go. 8 lead changes in this first half.
KJ Johnson getting too aggressive, makes the contact with Olowokere on the back end of the shot. Masai Olowokere played in all 24 games last season. His uncle, Miami Heat legend Udonis Haslem.
It's a great nugget. Haslem, he was a baller at Florida and in the NBA. Olowokere missed some games earlier this season due to an injury, but he's fully healthy. And his playing time is on the rise. It'll stay with Lipscomb on this end.
That ball made it to the stands, to the radio team, and now all the way across to the other end of Scottie Pippen Court. It was like old Super Bowl back in the day, bouncing around the gym.
Once it pinballed to midcourt, it rolled all the way to the other baseline like a bowling ball. The extended pause in the action. Ognasovic. Shot clock at 10. Pruitt. The lob on the inside. Asajala feels the double team. Finds the cutter. Initiates some contact. No whistle. And a near shot clock violation. Pulled down by UCA.
Best interior defense of the game so far. Kaialud and Chatham combining on the stop.
Kaialud lost the handle. Got it back. Somehow gathers and scores. Nearly had it dislodged by Asajala. But the strong hands of Kaialud. Then he gets beat on defense, and it leads to a bucket on the inside for Ognasovic. Asajala with the assist. The big man can pass it. He can do it all. Chatham a hop step. Kaialud has a game-high 18. Under 30 seconds to go before the half. Deep three! You bet! Klentman with his 9th tray of the year.
And likely the final possession of the first half for Lipscomb. And unless there's a very unusual three-pointer plus a foul, they're going to go into the locker room trailing.
Shot clock is dead. 6 seconds. Jones, deep three in front of the UCA bench, and he cans it. Huge triple for Lipscomb. 1 point. Central Arkansas 3-0 at home this season. Lipscomb 1-6 in true road games. That one win was at Dayton in front of a sellout crowd after Dayton had just beaten Kansas. And Hall nowhere to go. Left his feet, turns it over. That's just the 4th turnover on Central Arkansas. Both teams have been plagued by miscues all season, but took really great care of the basketball in the first half. UCA only had 3 turnovers and Lipscomb had just 5.
And that was that defensive guard play we just talked about. KJ Johnson and Will Pruitt combining to get Hall stuck up in the air with no one to throw it to.
Lipscomb hit a buzzer-beating 3 to take us into halftime. It was a 4-point game before Jones splashed it in. Asajala wanted a foul after he left it short. Hall trailing. Still searching for our first points of the second half. Lipscomb's opened up in a 2-3 zone. Shot clock at 10. Hall, a deep top of the key 3, sprays right. Asajala clears for Lipscomb. UCA 4 of 12 from downtown. Johnson spins, hangs, can't hit. Chatham nabs it for the Bears. Cooper, deep one, way off. Johnson keeps his balance, and then a late whistle, and there'll be a foul called on Cooper here.
And we just saw the 2 most frustrated players in this game. KJ Johnson for Lipscomb just can't get the lay-ins to go this game. You see his physical frustration being shown as he comes back down the court, but he winds up with the loose ball on the Colin Cooper miss, and Cooper picks up his 2nd frustration foul and his 3rd overall, and he's on the bench again. 4th overall.
Had 3 at halftime and an easy bucket at the rack for Asajala. So Colin Cooper on the bench with 4 fouls. He leaves with a scoreless showing so far in 13 minutes. He's 0 for 4 from the field and 0 for 3 from deep. Coming off a career high 18 points, the sophomore from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Hunter, catch and release, buckets. Cameron Hunter hits his 16th 3 of the year, and that's been his Achilles heel so far this season. Just 27% from deep, the true freshman from Bryant. Pruitt knifes in. Uses his offhand to shield it away from Olowokere, but can't get it to go. Deep 2 from Hunter, yes. Cameron Hunter starting to feel it for Central Arkansas.
Coach Anthony Boone said he had been scouting Cameron Hunter since he was a sophomore in high school. Says that sometimes he forgets he's even a freshman, showing tons of maturity on the floor in his first year.
He's used to being in the starting lineup. Started all 4 years in high school, and he started every game here as a freshman. An easy deuce for Asajala. He's up to 16 points, the big fella for Lipscomb. His coach, Coach Lenny Acuff, says he is the best post player in all of the mid-majors. Chatham, baseline jumper.
Chatham had been looking for that shot all first half. He finally gets it to go. He knows he's in there today to play the toughest defensive assignment on the floor, but sometimes it helps with the confidence when you get a few points on the offensive end.
Hazen has his 3rd dunk as he rocks the rim. Parker Hazen, all of his field goals have been slam dunks. Back to a 2-point game in favor of UCA.
Hazen hasn't gotten a lot of time on the court with Asajala at the same time. To have 2 healthy big men, you can make things like that happen.
Klitman, the freshman from overseas. Big steps. Falling away, doesn't drop. Hazen snatches it away for Lipscomb. They want to push. Pruitt. Asajala over 4 guys. Banks it in.
Opposites literally in terms of win-loss record. Right, over 10 points of offense, 15% better shooting from 3. He collapses defenses, and we've seen that. Interestingly, in this game, when they paid attention to Asajala, it hasn't been so much the kick out 3, but opening up Parker Hazen for dunks on the weak side.
Hall in traffic, in some trouble. Air bank, and then Hall trying to force a jump, and he does. The possession arrow will keep it with Lipscomb. after the Bisons grabbed the rebound. Another media timeout, tied at 53, 15:51 to go. It's back and forth here in Conway. It's close. Stick with us. This is ASUN basketball on ESPN. Welcome back to Conway. An updated Star Watch. Asana Sajala up to 18 points, a team high for Lipscomb, the only Bisons in double figures on 8 of 12 shooting. Coming off a 30-point performance on Tuesday. And on the other side for Central Arkansas, it's been a quiet day so far for Darius Hall. He's trying to get involved. He's their leading scorer and rebounder at 7.6 boards per game, which is second best in the conference, but has just 3 points. Near steal, Pruitt keeps it alive for Lipscomb, and then circles it back out on the left side of the floor. Sajala gets loose, lays it in over the top.
And that's 20 points for Asana Sajala. Meanwhile, if you told us before the game that Hall and Cooper were going to combine to go 1 of 10 shooting so far in this one, you'd think we'd have a much different score as Pruitt dumps one in. We've got an injured Bear. Too much action here.
He tried to stay out on the floor, but they're going to bring in Kyalud for him, and Kyalud has a team high 18 for Central Arkansas. Klentman thought about the three. This Lipscomb 2-3 zone has been effective to start the second half. Olowokere buries the jumper for UCA to trim the deficit to 2.
And where the hole in the 2-3 zone will be as Sajala scores again immediately, it's going to depend on the center. Sajala likes to play pretty close to the rim, and so Olowokere finds that space a little closer to the charity stripe, hits the jumper.
Sajala up to 22 points, and he commits a foul on the other end. He's in the restricted area. This will send Darius Hall to the foul line.
Hall coming in, and Sajala tried to set to take the charge. That was a close one. But the defensive foul will send Darius Hall to the line to try to get his day jump-started here in the second half. Just 3 points so far.
After seeing the replay, Sajala was clearly outside of the restricted area. Baseline official Nathan Bemis just says that still shuffling his feet, wasn't set. Hall at the line, still ice cold. 1 of 3 from the free throw line. He's 1 of 6 from the field and has just 3 points. Missed them both. He's the emotional leader on this Central Arkansas team.
We said in the pregame that he has no fear. That's what Coach Anthony Boone said after 2 years of playing for major conference teams and now coming over to Central Arkansas. He wasn't worried about that non-conference schedule. He was up to the challenge. Now, how do you deal with that fear of when the shot just won't go in? That can get in a shooter's head. We'll see what Hall does to try to correct it.
Colin Cooper in foul trouble if you're just joining us for Central Arkansas. He's a double figures scorer, the 3rd leading scorer on the team. Nifty pass from Sajala, and Hazen's fouled at the rack. Sajala hooks it over his head. The and one mixtape will put Hazen at the line.
Coach Lenny Acuff says that Sajala has things you just can't teach. And one that he mentioned was vision. Being able to see, in this case, out of the back of his head with the pass to Hazen. And I really like the way that those two, Sajala and Hazen, have worked together despite their limited time on the floor together this season because of injuries. Sajala has found Hazen a number of times. That's one of the first times it didn't end with a dunk.
Lipscomb up by 5 with 14:19 to go. Hall clears for Central Arkansas, and a reach-in foul called right in front of us. Ticky-tack, they'll get Will Pruitt with a slap on the wrist. 3rd foul issued to Lipscomb in the half, and the 2nd foul on Will Pruitt.
Pruitt and KJ Johnson have been excellent as the 2 guards in that 2-3 zone in the second half. That aggression's going to give you a foul every now and then. Coach Acuff will take it.
Hall right point for UCA. Kyalud can't score. It's only his second miss of the afternoon. He was 7 of 8 in the first half. Had a team high 18 and just a basket shy of a career high 20. Johnson with an alley to the 10. Lipscomb stretches their lead to 7.
That's the shot Johnson's been looking for all evening. He finally gets the right touch and gets it to go.
The Bisons are on a 13-2 extended run. Chatham gets stuffed at the rim. Jones trailing for Lipscomb. Wanted to pull the trigger. Lipscomb, they could smell blood in the water. Looking for a good shot. Asajala, booty bumping Chatham, and then he throws it away. A rare turnover by the big fella. Just the 6th turnover for Lipscomb on the afternoon. Again, they came in the bottom 25 of the country in turnover margin. But they've taken care of it here today up until that point.
As the Bears give Darius Hall a rest. Central Arkansas constantly making substitutions today. Lipscomb has gone with their starting 5 the entirety of this second half. They played almost the entire first half. Will Pruitt played all but a minute and a half of the first half. They're relying on the 5 to get them there, and so far, the endurance has held up.
Kyle power dribble, can't score, and Asajala, a man among boys with the rebound.
Well, and I said that Hall was coming out. They actually put him back on the floor and took Jared Chatham out in that last exchange.
Jones. Yes, sir! Greg Jones.
For these 5, Johnson, Jones, Pruitt, Hazen, and Asajala, they've made it happen for Lipscomb.
Central Arkansas in desperate need of a basket. Hunter. Baker. Hall tips it in.
And we see what happens. Asajala getting the breather that we know that he needs as he continues to recover from injury. Jacob Ognasovic a lot smaller underneath, and Hall takes advantage.
Johnson, double pump and one. Chisels it in, and the foul.
KJ Johnson, that's what you do. You get underneath. When you're just 6'2" in the land of the Giants, you make contact. In this case, he gets the basket to go as well. And KJ Johnson now up to 4 points. Make it 5.
Largest lead of the day for Lipscomb. It's an 11-point spread. Johnson, the floor general, with 3 the hard way. Closing in on 12 to go. Kyle hasn't scored in this half after an 18-point first half outing. Rebound Hazen for Lipscomb. Jones, stop and start, loses his footing.
A distant shooter like Hunter is, it's tough to get that form and have that shooting motion you're so comfortable with when you have that leg giving you trouble.
Lipscomb back in their zone. It's been effective. Points have come in a premium for UCA here in the second half, and there's Colin Cooper trying to pop the lid off that UCA basket.
His first points of the ball game for a guy who's the second or third leading scorer on the team at almost 11 per contest.
Johnson, explosive downhill dribble drive for Lipscomb. Back to a 10-point lead. Kyle backdoor feed, Hall downstairs, banks it through. Great control to score for the Bears.
3 Bison went to Hall's strong side. He moves to the weak side, makes the basket in a ton of traffic. And now Hall and Cooper have scored on consecutive possessions for Central Arkansas.
2 guys that were really quiet in the first half. 2 of the top scorers for the season. For Central Arkansas, Johnson hooks it in. KJ Johnson taking over for Lipscomb, the sophomore who leads the team with 57 assists for the season. He's up to 9 points for Lipscomb. Hunter, a deep 3, yes.
Oh, you think the offenses have adjusted out of the timeout, James? Buckets falling all over the Ferris Center right now.
Both teams shooting over 50% for the game. Central Arkansas 53, Lipscomb up to 60% from the field. Can it continue? If they get looks like this, it will. Ognasovic, a miss though. Offensive rebound, and the stick back is through. First, second chance points of the half for Lipscomb. Their sixth offensive rebound. Diagonal skip, a missile from Hall. The finish from Baker for UCA.
Darius Hall showing the crowd in Conway, Arkansas his eyes that he saw that one coming together. Great pass from the three-point line to underneath the basket, setting up Baker.
Johnson's had the hot hand from the perimeter. The blow by, scooper miss, rebound, punched around. Central Arkansas with numbers. Hunter, yes! He banks.
Now 18 points on 8 of 9 shooting. He's been what Eddie Kayalud was in the first half for UCA, getting hot and racking up the points quickly.
Central Arkansas trying to increase the tempo with some full court pressure. Handled well by Lipscomb. Will Pruitt, the freshman point guard, has a great command of this offense. Essentially 2 point guards out on the floor with him and Johnson for the Bisons. Shot clock at 10. Jones looking for his 4-3, doesn't have it. Great box out on the interior by Baker. Baker, an air bank. That barely grazed the bottom padding of the glass, not the shot Coach Boone was wanting.
Not great three-point selection on either side. That's where you go if you're the Bisons and you've got one of the best post players in the country. Inside to Asajala, he bangs it in.
Asajala has 24. 7-point lead for Lipscomb. Kayalud. Corner three, Hunter, short. Didn't have his legs, and Asajala claims it. Jones, catch and release. Baker, able to nab it for the Bears.
That's the look you want for Greg Jones. He put up a contested one the last time down the floor. That was the open look, but just in and out.
Hall trying to back him down. Baker, he'll let it fly, and he'll hit! Jackson Baker has hit a couple of threes here today. That's his 15th of the year.
You think both of those guys were determined to try to correct their wrongs on the last shots? Both of them, Jones and Baker, put up another three. Jones almost did a third time there.
Jones gives it up to Asajala. Goes baseline, powers it in. Wanted the foul. Asajala toying with UCA on the inside. Hall, pull up. Yes. These teams can't miss. How fun is this? 78-74 Lipscomb.
And Hall suddenly has 9.
Still over 7 minutes.
In the second half, 58% for the game. Central Arkansas shooting 54% from the field. The points piling up on a Sunday afternoon.
Johnson, Asajala up to 28 points. Central Arkansas, they can't stop him on the inside. Hall left it short on the fadeaway.
You understand why Asajala was on all of the preseason watch lists. Player of the year, center of the year, an all first team ASUN selection yet again. He can do a little bit of everything.
Asajala needs just one more rebound to have a double-double. Johnson continues his stroke in the second half. 13 of Baker's dozen for the sophomore guard.
And you don't want to take away from what Asajala's done. He's been incredible, but who's going to be the supporting cast, especially with Jacob Ognasovic a little banged up, not playing at 100% today. It's been KJ Johnson, the sophomore, has stepped in and filled the gap.
Chatham hits the dot from the top. Just his third three of the year. Shot it with confidence to draw the Bears to within 5. Johnson thought about it, traveled on the catch. You don't see that called much in college basketball. A lot of guys are guilty of it. But Will Delveo blew his whistle. Against the 2-3 Lipscomb zone. Central Arkansas, 9 of 21, 42% from deep. Hall burrows to the basket, fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Hall playing with so much emotion. wearing it on his shoulder. He was excited about the takeaway, forcing KJ Johnson into shuffling his feet. He wanted the ball that entire offensive possession. They give it to him. He drives to the post and draws the contact. But at the free throw line, Darius Hall has struggled today. He's a 77% free throw shooter on the season, but just 1 of 4 today.
If he hits one of these two, he will be in double figures. He's come on here in the second half. He has 9 points, 6 rebounds, and a team best 6 assists. True on the first free throw. 4-point spread in favor of Lipscomb at the 5:39 mark of this second half. This one has been as good as advertised. Originally scheduled to play yesterday, but all that snow in the Nashville, Tennessee area. Both teams dealing with some COVID issues, so went ahead and pushed it back a day. A matinee edition here on a Sunday in Conway, Arkansas. 1 possession game. Hazen bothered at the rim by Hunter, still able to score.
What a pass by Asajula again. That's going to be his 5th assist of the ball game.
Hall against the zone. Quick pass, Chatham! A callous dunk to bring Central Arkansas to within 3.
And that was Jackson Baker, the sophomore from Phoenix, with the quick no-look pass to set up the graduate student Chatham.
The crowd is into it here in Conway. Asajula, Hazen, power dribble, had it stripped on the way up. Chatham pulls it out of the pack for UCA. Hall, long 2, wide right. Lipscomb wants to run. Johnson centers the break. Johnson stops on a dime. Pruitt all alone for a 3. And Hall snatches it away for Central Arkansas.
Well, that doesn't happen very often. When Pruitt gets that look, he knocks it down most of the time. Today's 2 of 4 now from 3-point range.
35% for the season. He was too open. Hunter, his 3. It's too long. These teams have gone cold the last minute or so.
And as they've gone cold, the crowd has risen up here in the Ferris Center and Scottie Pippen Court.
First ever ASUN home game for Central Arkansas. They were in the Southland Conference last year. Hazen thought about it, loses the handle, out of bounds.
The noise level just keeps going up as they've been treated to a thrilling affair to open ASUN play at home.
Central Arkansas can tie with a 3. Hall terminates his dribble. Hunter in the post, he's killed it. Miss. Hunter gets it back, follow short, tip in, no! 3 looks for UCA. Here comes Pruitt. Lipscomb has numbers. Pruitt to the rim. He misses. Offensive rebound Jones. 7th of the game for the Bisons, and they'll reset with 3 and change left. Shot clock at 10. Johnson, no look. Hazen, extra pass. Pruitt, lock and load. Short. Klintman claims it for Central Arkansas. A rare shot for Lipscomb from outside the paint. They've been dominant down low.
They've outscored Central Arkansas 34-10 in the second half, but there's Jared Chatham answering with something inside. Chatham's had a big second half for the Bears.
Didn't have any points at the break. He's up to 9 and 5 rebounds. 1-point lead for Lipscomb, 2.5 to go. Asajula looking for his 30th point, and he has it. He has 30 points, back-to-back games with a 30-burger.
Nothing you could do. Jared Chatham had him positioned perfectly, but Asajula fades away with a weak hand and gets it to go anyway.
Hall for the tie, book it! Tied at 86 with right at 2 minutes to play.
Darius Hall's first 3 of the game. Only his 9th of the season.
Asajula against Chatham, trying to back him down. They won't double. In the paint, twisting, turning, airballing. Hazen fouled on the way up. Parker Hazen will shoot 2. He's only 61% for the season.
Asajala shot short, but Hazen right there. And again, I think, we talked so much about Lipscomb struggling to rebound. We have to remind you yet again, they haven't had these two on the floor at the same time, hardly at all this season. Both Hazen standing 6'8", 210 pounds, and Asajala at 6'9", 275.
Hazen left the first one short. Still tied at 86. Missed them both. Central Arkansas can take the lead.
Hazen just a 61% free throw shooter, and it bit him there.
Hall against the much shorter Jones. Turnaround, gets a good clean look. Knocks it down. Bears by 2 with a $1:14 remaining.
And a foul against Greg Jones after the play, perhaps? Yeah, technical foul.
It's a T. He was the player guarding Hall, and he barked at the official after the bucket. Baker, 87% free throw shooter with a miss.
But it'll still be Bears basketball now? No, it'll belong to Lipscomb.
Lipscomb had possession when the tee occurred. Inbound to Pruitt. Lipscomb with the chance to tie or take the lead. Could roll under a minute to go on this possession. Pruitt stumbling. Hazen looking inside. Asajala's bottled up. They're trying to get him the ball. Pruitt head fake. Under a minute to go. Asajala catches. Over 2 guys. Banks it in. 14-2 in league. Got upset in the tournament. Went to the NIT and got all the way to the championship game before they fell to the Texas Longhorns. Central Arkansas tied at 88. Hunter, big steps. Kick out. Klintman's 3 is there. 91-88 UCA. 35 seconds.
Double figures with authority.
Jones for the tie. Rockets off. Offensive rebound. Johnson puts it up. It's an air ball. Down to 22 seconds, and Hall claims it. Lipscomb. Full court pressure from Lipscomb. Baker can see over the defense. He's 6'7". Into Hunter. Lipscomb trying to tie him up. That's the 6th team foul.
That was close. Pruitt almost got his hands on the ball, but just caught a little bit of arm. This officiating crew has done a good job today. They've let some contact go, but they've been right on top of it.
Baker heaves it ahead to Hall out near midcourt. Alley-oop, and the dagger! Chatham, 5-point UCA lead. Lipscomb needs a quick 3. Jones miss, Hall rebound, and with 7.9 left, Central Arkansas can put this game on ice.
Coach Anthony Boone talked about trusting his team, learning to build trust. This is a time where you just want to protect the basketball, make them foul you, but he trusts his team to keep that up-tempo that he's been preaching to them all season long. It's Hall with the inbound, getting it ahead, finding Jared Chatham, the grad student from Los Angeles, and Chatham with the slam that may put the exclamation point on a victory.
Hall misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Down to 5 seconds. Johnson leans in, can't bank it in. Chatham the rebound, and that's it! Central Arkansas.